Alright guys, here is the Norscot Caterpillar 777D mining truck outfitted with the Klein K2000 water tanker. This is made by Norscot. It's in 1/50th scale, and it is part of Norscot's mining series, including the 99.4F, 99.4F, and the 854G, 99.2G, and other models. Now to start this off, this model has a very detailed body on it for an earlier Norscot model. Wheels steer just like any large Norscot truck. Rolls very smoothly. So you can see, turns very smoothly actually. Large rubber tires. They do have the tread design on them, the actual tread design. Here's your battery box along with your perhaps a fuel tank or anything else like that. Here's your rear tires. You have two of them. They are connected together. There's a small space, but you can't really see. They're rubber along with the front. They're actually a very thick tire. Here is your water tank. This is made by Klein. Klein makes other tank products such as fuel tanks or lime spreading bodies. It tilts up. I don't know how well you can see that, but it'll tilt up like this. I'm not quite sure what for, maybe to dump out excess water. But here's the top of the tank. It's very smooth. Very nice paint finish. Mine's just a little dusty from being on the shelf. Here's an aerial view. Here's your jet right here. Your hoses, they're plastic. They don't unreel. This doesn't pivot at all. This would be controlled possibly by a joystick in the cab, or another operator of the machine manually tilting it. Here's your ladder. It's plastic, but it does look fairly realistic. Here's the top. This here is just painted on. Doesn't look very realistic at all. Here's your nozzles. They are, in my opinion, they're very realistic. They're plastic, but most Norscot parts do have, most Norscot models do have plastic on them. Here's the top. You have two nozzles up here. You have your hose, and you have your jet right here. And right here is your filler, or your I'm not quite sure what you would call it, but this is where you would pour your water in. It doesn't come painted silver. I just painted that myself. I just hand painted that. But it would normally come in the standard cat yellow like this. Otherwise, it's really not that detailed for the top. Here's your decals. They're painted on just like any Norscot model. They are very detailed. I like it how they're detailed like that. They're actually the exact design. Knowing Norscot, they probably would be anyway. So there's a close-up of it. I don't know how well you can see that, but here's the rear. You do have your lights. You have your brake lights and signal lights up here. Lifting eyes for removing the tank if you have to. And here is your main pump right here. This will pump the water from the front of the tank, bring it all the way back, and pump it out through the back. There's also one in the front on a real machine, but it's not on the model. You have your four nozzles back here, two up here, and you have your very detailed piping here, but that's plastic as well. Here's a good look of the suspension on the model. It does have a working suspension, as you can see, and I'm not lifting the model in any way on either side. As you can see, the suspension, it's operated by cylinders on the underside, right there. They don't go up or down. They just they either articulate the model up, well, the rear chassis to the left or the right, depending on the terrain. Your mud flaps are rubber, which definitely adds detail. That's definitely one of my favorite features on the model, is the mud flaps, because they're very realistic. They're rubber. They may require some gluing, I'm not sure, but otherwise they're very detailed. Tire again. Here's the front of the model. Right here, it just looks like a normal Norscot Cat 777D. You have 2 ladders here, plastic, and then you have your access ladders down here. Here's the deck, as some people call it. Fuel tanks up here, your exhaust, which is angled like the real machine. And here's your cab, just a plastic insert as well. Your walkways don't have the anti-slip texture on them, as if maybe a Sword or a TWH model would. Your cab is offset, just like most of the mining trucks that you would see. They all have the offset cabs. I'm not sure why, but it doesn't really matter. Your mirror here, it doesn't come painted either. I just painted that myself. So otherwise, I definitely like the model. It's a great model. So here is the Norscot Klein 777D Caterpillar.